This video is going to be about the Survivor filter, a very excellent personal water filter. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me. Hope you'll excuse my voice. I am fighting a little, I don't know what you call it, some crud. But I'm here camping with the Boy Scouts here at Lake Altoona, north of Atlanta, and I thought it'd be a great time to talk to you about the Survivor filter. The folks at Survivor Filter were kind enough to send me this so I could show it to you. And right off the bat, you may notice, if you're familiar with the Renovo Trio, man, which is no longer in production, I believe. I think this is actually the exact same thing. It looks like it to me anyway. So before we get started doing some filtering stuff, let me talk to you a little bit about this filter, and then we'll see how well it works on this old dirty lake water. So this is the Survivor filter. Open this cap, and it's got a drinking straw, so you can just stick it in water and suck through here and drink it. But you don't have to do that. Another thing that's really great is it's got the threads here that screw on a standard Coke bottle, Dasani water bottle, Smart water bottle, something like that. So screw right on here, so you basically can fill your bottle up with water and squeeze it and drink it through here. We're going to show you that in a minute, but before we get there, the great thing about this filter, in my mind, one of the great things is it filters down to 0.05 microns. That is 5/100ths of a micron. Compare that to like the Lifestraw, which features to 0.2, which is 20/100ths of a micron. So extremely small particles are taken out by this filter, and that's generally a measure of the effectiveness of a filter is what size particles it filters out. But let me show you how this thing works. So this is the inlet end of it right here, and the inlet end has some little, they're like paper coffee filter type materials. That's your first stage of filter, and that gets out particulate matter and dust and dirt and stuff like that. And then after that, you have hollow fiber filters. This is called the ultra filter, and it is also it's the second stage. All right. Then on the other end, and you can just pull this down a little bit out of the way. You can see there's a couple of little notches here, so you just turn this to where the notches are lined up like so and pull it straight out. And you have a carbon filter which gets out any remaining chemical contaminants that maybe your ultra filter, which is a hollow fiber membrane filter, did not catch. And it basically, if I'm not mistaken, it pushes out this way. So if you need to replace it, you can just push it out. It's got O-rings in here, pretty good. So to reassemble, you push it down, line up your notches here gently, because this is you don't want to tear it up. And then just roll this back up, and it's got a nice little groove to catch it in, so you can't get it out of the place. It catches in its little groove here, and then just screw the pre-filter on like so, and it's got an O-ring on it to seal it, and there you go. Now this actually comes with a little package of extra pre-filters. In addition to that, all the components are replaceable. You can replace the carbon filter mouthpiece, or you can replace the ultra filter set. So this is good for 264 gallons probably. If you start depending upon the conditions of the water that you're filtering. If you start to notice a diminished flow, the first thing to do is check the pre-filter, the little coffee filter discs, and clean those regularly, replace them regularly actually. And if that still doesn't get it, then you can check out your ultra filter, and you can back flush it, just run water through it backwards, or you can replace it. And then the carbon filter can just be replaced. You can't really clean it. But if you start tasting bad, getting a bad taste or odor, you want to replace that. But let's take this thing down to the lake and see how well it works. Okay, so here I just got a regular Dr. Pepper bottle. Now I can tell you that, Dasani bottles, Smart water bottles, most like soft drink bottles will work fine. I'll tell you, some of the smaller, like thinner looking water bottles with the small caps, like Walmart bottles and stuff, or just different ones, they don't necessarily have the same thread pattern, but most soft drink bottles do. So we'll just go ahead and fill this thing up right here. Got about half full. Okay. Doesn't that look good? You can see that it's not really clean water, obviously. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna screw this on right here. Not leaking, okay. So now, just pop the top, squeeze a little bit, let some water run out. And I can see that water looks clean to me. And I just want to show you, man, look at the gunk inside this bottle. And then look at the water that's coming out. Get you out of the way. Okay, turn around where it's not in the way. Look at the water that's coming out. That's clean. Now, just to show you, no tricks. It actually tastes fine. Just tastes like good clean water. Now you notice the bottle's collapsed, and that's because it's pretty much pulling a vacuum. So, and that's just the way it is, because you got a sealed container here, and that's just pure physics or hydraulics or whatever you want to call it. But you don't really have to suck that hard, and you can always let the air back out and tighten it back up. Go for round two. You don't even have to squeeze it. So pretty decent, and honestly, I promise it tastes fine. I wouldn't be drinking this crap if I didn't think it was a great filter. So and again, just to show you, that water's dirty, man. Look at it. Okay, well, that is the Survivor filter. I guess my take on this is that I like the fact that it is small and compact. It doesn't take up much room in your pack or an emergency kit or whatever. It's versatile. It screws on pretty much readily available bottles that you find anywhere. I mean, you find these things washed up on the shore. It doesn't matter if they're clean, because you're going to be putting dirty water through it anyway. I like the fact the components are replaceable, so you know, this is not a use it and throw it away kind of deal. This is something you can actually buy some extra components, have them with you, and this could be for a lot longer storage. I mean, 264 gallons, gosh, for one person, they say the recommended amount of water you drink is a gallon a day, unless you're maybe in a desert or whatever. So that'll last you almost a year. And then you can buy a couple extra components for it and have them in an emergency kit, and you could have literally a couple of years worth of fresh water here easily for not much money. For a survival emergency type filter, I think this is probably the best one that I have seen to date. It's just a really well thought out, well designed. 0.05 microns. That is really, really small. And the smaller stuff you get out, the more stuff you get out, obviously. Okay, a couple other things about this filter. It is tested, I gotta read this because I don't want to mess it up. It was tested at Intratech Labs in Columbus, Ohio. Showed 99.9% filtration removal, which is the highest certifiable level for virus, staph, and bacteria. Again, triple filtration down to 0.05 microns. This thing weighs just 3.5 ounces, 7 inches long by 1 inch wide. It's BPA free and comes with a lifetime guarantee against defects in workmanship. And the price on this thing, as of the time of this video, is about 30 bucks. Man, that is a absolute great deal on a filter of this level with replaceable components that is just this functional and this effective. So, time I'm making this video, it's a couple months before Christmas. Man, this thing screams to me as an excellent Christmas present in the $30 range. If you're looking for something around that price for somebody with an outdoor or survival or preparedness mindset, or for yourself, this could be a good choice. A Survivor personal filter from the folks at Survivor Filter. I'll put a link below. Thanks again to the folks at Survivor Filter for sending me this so I can show it to you. As always, thanks for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing, for clicking that thumbs up, for sharing it with your friends, for watching those ads at the beginning, and thank you so much for shopping on Amazon through my links. I really appreciate the support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. See you next time. It's got the lid that's all fastened on it. Man, what an angle. Sorry about that.